almost heavens. West
West
Virginia,
Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain,
Shenandoah River,
River,
country
country road.
older than the sea,
Oh.
younger than the mountains, flowing like a breeze. Country roads,
roads,
take me
take me
home
home.
to the place.
Is anybody going to squeeze in here and say anything about this impromptu karaoke session between the world's angriest Dutchman and the world's angriest Britishman?
It's great, isn't it? You know, you got it's like a dynamic. Fuck, I keep fucking up that word. It's like a dynamic duo, you know, a duet, so to speak. Yeah.
Episode 6.
Yay.
It's crazy that we've been doing 6 episodes already, man. It's like
I
we've
know.
done a whole week of this shit.
Remember when we did the very first episode after a Warzone stream, and then after that it turned in like a 3-hour session.
Mm-hmm. We
that
talked
was
a
fun.
lot on that.
Yeah,
We
we did.
talked a lot of shit on that one. I remember. Like,
Yeah, but when don't we
shit
talk a
on-
lot of shit? Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Well,
We
I
talked
mean,
shit
you're not
about
wrong.
each other.
When we're not in the same call together?
Yeah, that's true.
I guess, yeah. Hey, chat, can you hear us? Because I got bullied the other day by this.
Is it
toaster.
unfortunate that you can all hear us?
Yeah. I was bullied by a toaster yesterday. They threw some bread and crumpets at me.
A
It was
toaster?
very unfortunate.
I don't know where this is going. I really don't.
Yeah, me as well. I don't know.
Look, this is a new story.
Yeah.
Are we starting?
Let's
Oh,
go,
fuck
dude.
it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Red with episode 6, Rockast, Nein. I'm joined today with the gaming. That mullet guy. It's Kane, brother. You, Red. How you guys doing today?
Bloody marvelous.
Yeah.
We got some guests today. Don't know how to do this. So, got brother Rellikain. Got brother. How are you, fellas?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. What about you?
Hello. How's it going?
Can I just say, gentlemen, what an honor it is to have GeauxBurns and Rellikain here with us, because we're just a lowly little podcast that's been trying to gain momentum, and these two awesome gentlemen have decided to grace us with their presence. So thank you, chaps, from me.
So, this week in GTA, we have nothing. Not an update. I guess.
Well, it probably means the next is gonna come out soon.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely, I think Rockstar have a tendency to get very complacent when they're working on something new for us. So, yeah, I'm excited by the silence.
Yeah, it makes sense. Especially considering they already announced like 2 updates, or well, they briefly announced the Red Dead update, and I think they said something's coming in summer for GTA.
Oh,
So
good.
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can only be very excited by that. I genuinely am. I can't wait. That the silence is just amazing from Rockstar. When you get silence from them, tends to mean something good, in my opinion.
And the event week isn't that bad. Double money on CEO work. It's pretty decent for new players.
Yeah, definitely. If it's to introduce new people to the game in terms of making money, that's a pretty good way to go about it.
Who'd we lose?
Brother UG is internet is very patchy. It's patchier than my pubic region. So yeah.
Well,
Don't
That's
laugh. It's you. You have to look at it every day. Sorry, chaps. We're getting off track here.
Gross.
So, I mean, in terms of Rockstar's silence, so it is a good thing, obviously. But I don't know if we should touch on this, but obviously E3 happened and Rockstar typically weren't there. A lot of people are bummed out by that, but it was obvious, wasn't it? Let's be clear. Rockstar have never had a habit of attending big gaming sort of conferences and letting people know about anything. Their way of promotion is they do it in house, I suppose, don't they? So, yeah, I mean, there's that. I don't know, gentlemen. I don't know. What's your opinions about the E3 thing and Rockstar not going? Did we all expect it? We did, didn't we?
Are we all gonna
No.
like talk about like the fake mullet that just came in?
A fake mullet came in here.
Yeah. How am I
How would
going
he-
to? Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah. I think it's because you're using like a different webcam for your OBS. Well, like your microphone.
Hey, brother John is here.
if I
Thank you.
go into
By the way. Yeah, it is. It is. Rockstar have always been pioneers when it comes to promoting their stuff. Actually, wait, I can swear. Shit. When they're promoting their shit, they're very good. I seem to remember back in that Rockstar generated their own negative publicity just to promote GTA 3, which I thought was fantastic. That's like genius, man. As they say, any publicity is good publicity, and Rockstar are the absolute pioneers of that, without a doubt, in my opinion.
Right. Well, when I saw that on E3, I kind of it's like different opinion. I kind of like the fact that they are supporting the young people to develop new games and all that. They're like completely like you can be hired by Take-Two
Yeah,
if you are into that idea. I actually like that. Like,
it's very businessman-like as well, isn't it? They are a business after Rockstar. You know, they're a publicly traded company. They have shareholders to answer to, and I suppose we do forget that sometimes, don't we? That they have things that they must stick by, but they are still, such a marvelous company when it comes to creation. We're all here because Rockstar's games have touched us in some way, and I don't mean touched us in the nether regions. I mean touched us in general. It's always been. We've all grown up with it, I suppose, is where I'm going with it.
yeah, I think it's fantastic that still they are supporting like people that it's just starting over and they are interested in the industry, in the business of making video games.
They've
that
not
they
forgotten
are-
where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
They
That's
started
that's
as a
something I
small
applaud
studio.
for.
They started as a very small. DMA Design was a tiny little studio. And geez, they had an idea and rolled with it, and now they're one of the most successful game publishers in the world.
Indeed, that's something I applaud for. But not many people, especially nowadays, like especially you don't have like this big experience paper behind you. So it's nice that there is like some companies that still keep that chance.
I think we were all prepared, basically, for this to go into speculation. So I'm going to ask our two honoured guests, Rellikain and GB, what do you think we're getting in terms of update on GTA specifically?
I don't think it's going to be anything substantial. It's probably going to be something like the Lost into Summer special update from last year. Probably a bunch of new cars, some new contact missions, but nothing big like the Cayo Perico heist. Rockstar's been kind of lazy with the updates as of late. I know last year we can give them a pass because of Corona, but
Yeah.
They make billions of dollars with this game. I think we should get at least 3 big updates a year. I don't think that's too much to ask for. What they've been doing the last couple of years, not really satisfied with that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They should give us more, definitely. But it's again, it's you can't please everybody all the time, I suppose.
Mhm.
It's one of those
Exactly.
you kind of
I
have
can
to.
say like
GB,
in
what do you
2019.
think?
Sorry if I'm interrupting, but I can
That's
say
good,
in
man.
2019, though, I think Rockstar, in terms of their updates, the best updates in my opinion, personally, in 2019. That being the first casino update where they updated the casino and all that, and they made it so you can do the missions, you can do the gambling and all that, which is awesome. I mean, I thought it was fun. It sucks that certain countries weren't able to play it, but if you have a VPN, I think you can sort that issue out. But the other update they released that year, the casino heist. Now that was that was like some next level shit. That was that was that's like the golden ticket they made, in my personal opinion. I think, and I'm still gonna say this, despite the fact that Kaio's out now and you can do that shit solo, I still think that the casino heist is the best update.
I'll agree 100% on that. Yes. See, and that's what I'm thinking with Rockstar in terms of we are expecting them to not give us anything too spectacular, but with the casino heist, we weren't. Let's be honest, we were probably all sitting there thinking it's not going to be that good. It's probably going to fall below our expectations, and it turned out to be fucking marvelous. I really want.
For me, personally, I don't know how many people in this call have played this game, but I know Relic has. Has anyone played a game called Payday 2? It's
Not yet.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
the casino heist reminds me of that. Where you plan how you're gonna do it. You plan what approach you're gonna do it. Do you want to do it loud? Do you want to do it like stealthy? Do you want to sneak in with a disguise?
Isn't that just a game where you burglarize banks?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like,
well, that's probably why it reminds you of a heist then.
Well, here's the thing. It reminded me of the the feels of setting up the thing. Because you can do it in any way you want. You can be an absolute idiot like Mr. Gaming Jew up there and not go and do the Duggan shipments, but go all balls to the wall loud like it's Michael Bay. You can do that right there, right now.
I don't know about this shit, man. I don't know why you had to reference me there. Everybody who's seen me do heists knows that I'm very proficient.
Yeah.
No, thank you. You know what? We're moving on. This isn't about how genius I am at heists, all right? I did complete one entirely, but will not get bogged down by that. So, yes. Anyway, gentlemen. Shall we move on swiftly to Red Dead, perhaps, and something that GP can enlighten us on?
I don't know how to fix
Oh, we can hear you.
fucking up everybody's. But,
No, I can hear you, Rufus.
yeah, you guys.
Yeah, we can all hear you.
I don't think nobody else.
Yeah.
They can't. Not working.
I can hear you.
Right. Would you like me to make a disclaimer to the chat, Rufus, or do you want to try and fix it and come back?
No. Red Dead, what's going on this?
Rufus audio is super quiet in the live stream. Okay, that's the problem. Apparently, it's just super quiet.
Yeah, I have it turned up as loud as it possibly. That's why I was saying I should be hear it better than.
Okay, so for those of you in the stream who are watching, and you can't hear Rufus, I will translate what he has just said. He said, "My beard is itching like a son of a bitch."
Oh.
Okay, translation, Rufus has some audio issues.
Yeah, we are going to try and work around those, though, guys. Do apologize. So if we move on to Red Dead, I think that's better. GB, there is, was there, I believe there was a big update in Red Dead just recently.
No, it's just an event week. We're still waiting on the summer update. It could come as early as Tuesday. It could come sometime in July. But basically, this event week is revolved around people that are new to the roles, not veterans like most of us, but people just getting into the various roles in Red Dead Online. It's mostly focused for them. But for the rest of us, it's just hoping and dreaming that the next update to Red Dead Online will be good. I want to go back to GTA Online real quick. Yeah. I think that the summer update, like you guys were saying, Rellikain and Gaming Jew and Kane, I think it's just going to be like typical Los Santos summer special. I think that we're gonna get some new cars, maybe a new aircraft, maybe a new helicopter. And obviously, I think they're gearing it towards the car shows since that's quite popular in GT Online. It sounds like to me that there's going to be a property involved, like some sort of underground, like uber large garage you'll have to buy for
Yes.
car shows. They mentioned something about where you wouldn't have to worry about cops or griefers whenever you're doing car shows now. With that, they never said actually a property, but that's what they're alluding to. So it does seem like it might be an interesting summer update for both GTA Online and Red Dead Online, but I don't expect either one to be huge. That's not coming until probably the fall of this year, if we're lucky.
Yeah, I agree with that. I did read about the update, and they were definitely alluding to a property of some sort, which I do find is quite the paradoxical situation, considering Rockstar does nothing but promote griefing and allow you to grief, and they encourage it. And now they want to stop griefing at car shows. If that's a thing, I think that's going to piss a lot of people off. That's going to piss a lot of people off, especially, grinders who are going to be really upset that their shit continually gets griefed, yet someone can go and show how ridiculously modded their vehicle is given by some YouTuber and doesn't get griefed. I think that's going to polarize the community without doubt. But I think it's an interesting concept, though, without a doubt, definitely. I love that. That sounds so cool. I only mentioned the Red Dead update a minute ago because I remember, obviously, I have Red Dead and I'm rubbish at it. We played together and you saw how crap I was. But yeah, I mean, I had an update. It was weird. An update came through to my PlayStation literally 2 days ago. I don't know how big it was, but it automatically started updating by itself, which is weird because I've got the game and I haven't tried to update it once, and something came through. I don't know, maybe it's a preemptive update of some kind, or I don't know.
No, that's the first I've heard of this.
Yeah, that was very. I wish I would have taken a picture of it.
I remember something because we were talking about properties earlier on, I guess both like Red Dead and GTA, I guess, but
Yeah.
it reminds me of something. It reminds me of for the Red Dead people. Does anyone remember that rumor about like a mansion or something that was like 600 gold bars or something?
Yeah,
that came around like a few months back.
You'll have to let me know. Is 600 gold bars a lot of money or not?
600 gold bars is pretty much 600 million GTA. I don't know.
Is it?
I have no idea. Or
you're looking like you're sort of not completely.
Yeah, I'm calculating it in my head. I think what is it? $100 for 300 gold bars?
$100
wow.
Still here.
So yeah, basically
to a $100 shark card, which is what, 8 million.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, the mansions, if we go by what the data miners found for Red Dead Online concerning the gold prices, those may not be the final gold prices. I hope not, because like 600 gold bars for a mansion is going to be extremely expensive, even for those of us that have been grinding gold since the beta. I mean, that's a lot of gold right there.
Do you have 600 gold bars to throw on a mansion that you don't mind spending frivolously?
Oh, I'll do it. I'm a cheap bastard, but I will do it just to show it off to my viewers and subscribers. The things I do.
Yeah, I know. The things you do for your community is incredible, isn't it?
Everybody has 600 gold spent on that shit. Everybody can hear.
I don't.
But everybody has 600. Everybody.
I don't have 600 gold.
Yeah. Me neither.
I don't play.
There's a lot of players that don't, especially after Rockstar's gone out of their way to nerf gold again and again.
Well, it's like GB said about this event week. This is ideal for players who are new to the game, right? So the potential earnings from that, I'm assuming, can be pretty lucrative.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for players that are new to any of the roles right now to get into the roles and get them ranked up as quickly as possible. But for the veteran players in the community, there's really not much for us to do at the moment, except for the role freedom events. I think that's the only thing that's paying double money. They used to actually do gold bonuses, but they've stopped doing that like a while back, at least a couple months ago. They're only interested in giving us like bonuses in cash and XP. Gold, forget about it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's the same. It's the same, I suppose. Translates literally into GTA as well. There's an event week on right now that's ideal for new players to the game. As I said, it's a good way for people to make money and start building things. And they're doing the same with Red Dead as well. I guess correlation with what they choose to update in GTA kind of does cross over into to Red Dead. Would you think that's fair to say, or
There are definitely similarities, but they're also going out of their way to try to create differences between the two games, not just in settings, But whereas in Red Dead Online, they're really trying to focus on these different roles. Some of the roles we enjoy, other roles we just wonder, like Rockstar, what were you thinking? But the good news is it looks like the next update to Red Dead Online is going to have an Outlaw theme to it, which is something a lot of us have been asking for.
About fucking time.
So bad.
I guess everybody is
Yeah.
on board with that. I am probably one of
I
only
am
2 people in this
on
chat who
board.
literally don't know anything about Red Dead, and I am trying my very best to be incredibly professional, but it probably does show that I literally don't know what I'm talking about, so I apologize in advance for that. Actually, no, not in advance, in hindsight.
I'm the same way. I don't know anything about Red Dead. I just
Relic,
know that...
do you play Red Dead or?
Yo, chat, can you
I've
make
played it
any
once.
better?
Same here. Yes, we're experts. Yes. Oh my god, I played it once, and all I did in it was punch Rufus's character's hat off and put it on my own head and run. That's all, and I killed a few horses as well. And then I discovered that I could do Gary Busey's voice, and so I mean, Red Dead's been pretty fun for me. The couple of times I have played it, I think I have really bad ADHD, so if something doesn't hold my attention long enough, I will fuck off somewhere else. And with Red Dead right now, it doesn't hold my attention. And that's not saying anything bad. I think that's probably because I don't know how to get the best out of it
It's
yet.
echoing. Is it loud enough? If it's loud enough, I can remove the other microphone and we can just make this happen.
I think he's trying to hash out what's going on with the stream.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm trying not to interrupt. But at the same time,
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. You do what you need to do. We're gonna try and run with it as much as possible. So you know what? We're gonna do a pissing contest right now. So first of all, who's the richest person in GTA Online right now? Everybody say your amount, and let's see who's the bloody well richest.
Kane's the richest. Well,
I-
Kane or Rellikain.
I'm
One of
not.
them two.
I'm the second.
Okay.
Mr. Slowly's a dark horse on this. He's got a considerable amount of money.
I have 588 million.
Okay.
I have like 80.
Oh my god. Okay, so I've got 5 million, and I'm a Jew. How does that go? How does that even work, man?
Mr. Rellikain, how much have you got?
I think it's like 1,020,000,000.
Oh my, get out! Jeez,
How about a
God,
small
man.
loan?
Yeah, can I get a loan here? Come on. Literally the Jeff Bezos of GTA here.
Well, I mean, we have Subway in the chat. He has more money than me.
Oh, Jesus.
Subway sandwich. He's the richest out of everyone. He's more richer than Red, if anything. You know, he's
All right,
rich,
well-
he's the richest person I've ever met.
In GTA, what's the most
Really?
ridiculous thing everybody has purchased here? For me, I spent $1 million on the dump truck. Yes!
We didn't even
Oh,
get
I
one
bought that one back in
discounted?
2013.
No, because I'm an idiot. You'd expect that being from where I'm from, I would be able to sniff a discount out, but unfortunately, frivolously stupid,
I mean,
really ridiculous.
I bought the tugboat.
Oh, yes.
I bought.
I'll
the
do you
army
one
for-
better. I bought
yeah?
the tugboat and I upgraded it.
No! Oh, yes. I mean, when you've got that much money, stupidity really does come with it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean,
Alright.
moving on to Red Dead, who's got the most money here?
I don't play Red Dead.
I've got $125 and half a gold bar.
Nice.
I
Nice.
think,
Thousand.
I think me and DB might have their near
GB's definitely got the
Yeah,
most
I
here,
think
hasn't he?
in Red Dead I have what
How much
137,000 in Red Dead. I know that doesn't
What?
seem like much in GTA.
Yeah,
but
but
in
is
Red
that
Dead, that's
gold
a lot.
bars?
I have. I
No,
have
no,
more
that's cash. There's two
Oh, I
have more
currencies.
cash
There's
than-
cash and gold
Yeah,
in
there's
Red
cash
Dead.
and gold, yeah. So what,
I
what, are
have
you,
more-
what are you looking
I
at
have
with
more
gold?
cash then. I have more cash then.
Oh,
I have 178k in cash, but I have like I think it's like 1,120 gold bars
Yeah.
or something around there.
yeah. For my main character on PlayStation, I have 1,400, I think.
What, gold
You have more
bars?
gold.
Yeah.
More gold,
Oh,
but I have more
wow.
cash. How's this work?
So if those mansions are 600 gold bars, you could essentially buy thereabouts.
Yeah, I
me
could-
and
I could
GB
buy a
will be
few.
balling.
Oh my
GB
god.
and me and you will be balling.
It's madness,
ballin',
isn't it?
ballin'.
It's madness. Do you know? You know what's incredible? Rockstar is the only company in the world that could make a game where we work harder on it than we do in real life. Do you know what I mean? Literally, none of us can translate that sort of wealth into real life. It's incredible how much time and effort we put in to essentially what would be regarded 20 years ago as a throwaway hobby. You know, it's incredible. I love it.
I think in Red Dead Online, I have about 600 gold bars and about $40,000.
So what we're saying here is everybody in this chat is considerably richer than the Jewish bloke. See, communism doesn't exist, guys.
I think I have 59,000 on cash and 100 gold. I just thought you just stay on the 100.
For crying out loud.
It's better
Well,
than
there is
nothing.
one with 1,000 something, so it's not. It's nothing.
I always say, if I could exchange my GTA money at a rate of 10-1 to real money, I would be pensionado right away.
I can buy Africa with the cash I have in GTA. So
Oh my god! Yeah, but why would you want to? Let's be honest.
I don't know.
No offense.
Yeah, no
As
offense.
Europeans, we fucked around in Africa a bit too long, to be honest. So I think it's the best you don't muck around down there.
Yeah, definitely.
We can't have another scramble.
I mean, talking about things that are worth your time and not worth your time, how about we move on to the community top posts, guys? Is there any anything that you gentlemen would like to bring to attention? Stream, things that you've seen from other creators or whatever, or just videos or posts in general that are relevant to Rockstar games that you guys think are worth a mention.
Tell everybody that I just want to give a general gamer army shout out. Just do that for me.
Rufus The Red said he would like to give a general gamer army shout out. That good?
Yeah, that'll work.
So yes, top posts, guys. Has anybody seen anything sort of semi-Rockstar related that has caught your eye or that is worth shouting?
Well, other than the clickbait stuff.
Sorry. Who was? I'm sorry. There was like 3.
Rellikain.
Oh, was that you, Rellikain?
No,
Sorry about that.
You mean other than the clickbait stuff?
Oh yes, other than anything from Mr. Toss in the bin.
Okay. Well, I'm not really that involved in the community. For me, it's like if it doesn't come from Rockstar, I usually don't pay any attention to it.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way I would do things. But I mean, in terms of like creators that you know who've maybe made a good video or a decent.
Okay, gotcha.
I could say one top post, in my opinion, from this week.
Oh,
Or
while
maybe-
Relic's thinking of his thing.
Yeah, really.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Kane.
Well, here's the thing: it's involving Relic, and it was going to be about the fact that how Relic hit 1 billion. Was it this week or last week that you hit 1 billion?
I think last week.
Oh, fair
I mean,
enough.
that is
So,
definitely
I'd
worthy.
say that's a
That's
great-
worthy of a mention.
yeah.
Congratulations to you there, brother Rellikain. That
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: I don't really grind money, so it took me a while. I've been playing this since day 1, October 2013. It's the first time I've ever hit 1 billion. I know there are, I'd say, at least a dozen people who've done that before me. It's not really that big of a deal anymore, but it's still a nice achievement, you know?
I think the thing about your achievement is, as you just said, you didn't really aim for that. It's not like you worked at grinding your money. You just hit it. Whereas most people who've hit that, I feel, have tried their best to hit that and done everything in their power to hit that.
I can back that statement up because sometimes whenever Relic streams, I usually pop on and occasionally join him and his friend Fox, and we just do like Casino or Caillou, and we make a bit of money out of it. It's not the best money in the world, but it's a little bit of money, and it's fun. It gives you something to do, and
oh yeah,
it is,
for sure.
It is satisfying when you get that money. At the end, you say, "Hey, look, my number went up."
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I get it. It's probably a very, very, very satisfying thing to feel, without a doubt. Relic, did you think of your top post? What it is that you wanted to bring attention to? I mean, it doesn't have to be positive, man. If you just want to say, "Hey, this dude's a complete pile of shit," then feel free.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I think everyone in the GTA community is very lovely.
Hang on, how long have you been in the community again?
Since day one.
Mr.
Funny
Bots for the
enough,
win?
okay.
Well,
I mean, I don't mind the guy.
Oh,
Okay, he makes bad videos, but
He's just trying to grind in real life. That's what he's doing, isn't he? Essentially.
exactly, yeah.
He's trying to make as much money as he can. Yeah.
I respect the hustle. That's what I can say.
I mean, you can respect the hustle well away from me, though. Not interested. Not interested at all. I think clickbait has given a really bad name to everyone else. It sucks.
That's true. Like I'm sorry, I can't resist. Like it's your business, whatever it is. But but when your business is basically geared towards misinformation and basically like some really shitty newspaper, yeah, that's the part I'm gonna say. Yeah, you deserve the criticism, even if you win cash. So it is what it is.
I think that's a very valid point, Brother Red, without a doubt.
One thing that I could mention,
go ahead.
I have a friend, his name is TJ Lever. Since we were talking about my money, TJ actually has over $1.7 billion in GTA Online and $1.7 million in Red Dead.
What?
So, yes, when it comes to money grinding in both Rockstar games, I think he's gonna be pretty much at the top there.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Jesus. I bet GB's quite surprised that.
That's pretty impressive.
That is.
I can back
Jesus.
that up. I can back that up. I've done many sales with TJ, and I think part of his income in Red Dead is partly to the fact that he does the Condor Egg event, and he just dynamite arrows people to get close to that egg. To be fair, it's a good strategy. I respect that kind of hustle a lot more than Ross's hustle, but I'll let that one slide. And the funny thing is, regarding TJ's Condor Egg habits, it actually spawned one of the greatest memes in the community that I am happy that is even a thing, right? So the meme basically goes like this. In one of the Condor Eggs, TJ was doing it with Fernando. I don't know if any of you guys know him. Fernando Martinez, great guy.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy who hosted Emotion 98.3 on Vice City. Fernando Martinez.
Not him. It's another Fernando. The cooler Fernando. But here's the thing. They were doing Condor Egg, and TJ fired a dynamite Fernando to get the egg. And I remember seeing the video, and I was like, justice for Fernando. And then everyone was like, yeah, justice for Fernando. And then it started as a meme where people were starting to say, oi, TJ, you should have a boxing match for Fernando. And it's like, nah, I won't have one. And then everyone was like, stop ducking Fernando. It's so funny. I mean, it even spawned into the the community stream that TJ did on St. Patrick's Day. He didn't fight Fernando on that stream, and it was also the same stream I had a boxing match with Mesa. You might remember that, Relic. I think I told you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. So, two memes spawned out of that. The continuation of TJ versus Fernando and Kane versus Mesa rematch. When's that happening? Who knows? So, yeah.
Live on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We'd all prefer to watch that instead of watching Logan Bloody Paul, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I don't know these Paul people. I don't understand why they've got two first names for their first and last name. It doesn't make sense, man. I mean, honestly, what is wrong with their parents?
The only Paul I like is the alien.
I mean, I can't talk. My name's literally The Gaming Jew, but still, I mean, that's considerably better than, oh, hello, my name's Mr. Paul. Is it really? Nobody cares. Go away. Anyway, moving on. So this Condor Egg thing is a Red Dead thing, right?
Yes, it's one of the free roam events you can do.
Is it, so it's obviously you have to steal an egg from Bird of Prey?
You have to get a Condor Egg from obviously where it lies the egg, and if you get the egg, you get 1,000 smackaroos.
Oh, I mean, 1,000 cash, not 1,000 gold bars, no?
You get 1,000 cash, yes.
Yes, cash.
The reason why a lot of people do that event is mainly because, obviously, cash is, well, it's not the easiest thing to come by in Red Dead when you're starting off. I mean, once you get the trader business filling up and obviously the moonshiner business, that money, it rolls in, it's like, hey, it's coming in. But you know, at the start, I mean, I understand why people would, you know, pop a quick Condor egg and try their luck. I mean, I've gotten
I
a few Condor eggs. I've played it a few times, and I've gotten like 3 or 4.
I don't think there's anywhere in the world where you could pay $1,000 for an egg, unless, of course, you're having IVF. But
Well,
I
Madame
mean,
Nazar pays $1,000 for an egg, so.
and do you know what? Look, if you're wondering where on earth Madame Nazar is, you can head to RufusTheRed.com, and there you're going to be able to find Madame Nazar. There we go.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is, the handsome bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other community top posts from anybody else here in the chat now?
Well,
Mr. Slowly, you're really quiet over there, and that actually scares me.
I was listening to you.
Well, I mean, that's the very first time you've ever admitted to actually listening to me. Thank you for that. 1-0.
Well, I'm listening to catch you on mistakes.
Oh, he's just waiting for me to fail. Trying my best to run with this shit here, and he's like, I can't wait for you to fucking fail. Jesus Christ, I love you, Mr. Slowly. In terms of community top posts, I've been taking a little bit of a break, but I will say this, without wanting to fluff the gentleman here in the chat, I think everybody here has a fantastic channel and a fantastic community and great content. So it's an honor to be here with these gentlemen. It really is, because everybody has got their own definitive style, which you cannot find anywhere else on YouTube. It cannot be often imitated, but never duplicated. I think that's the thing. We should have called the Rockast that, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for the $1,000 that you sent to me on PayPal prior to this show starting for that little message of positivity. Thank you.
wait, what?
You do realise you're trying to convince a Jewish man that $1,000 has disappeared from his account. I'll notice what penny.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck are you subscribing to, Mrs. Jew? A penny's gone from my account. You place that shit. Anyway.
I love you,
God.
Mike.
I love you, man. I mean, Rellikain and GB, we also have like a sort of, we have questions from people in the stream who, I mean, we don't have any right now. It looks bloody well writing any. But at some point, if we do get questions, I hope you chaps don't mind being put on the spot in terms of having things asked to you.
Not at all.
I'm sure there's
Go ahead.
There's a lot of people in here that are obviously very, very happy to have you guys. We are. You will probably be the main 2 people who get asked many questions. Belfast Gamer has asked when are we getting an update to Red Dead? So I mean, GB, I guess you will feel.
Yeah, I can answer that. And hello, Belfast and everybody. As early as Tuesday, as late as July, August, September. That's just the way Rockstar is. The transparency and communication they have of us is amazing. # sarcasm.
It is, yes. And by the way, this is
There it
GB
is.
and not Tez Funds 2 or whatever his fucking name is, and he's actually a legitimate source that you do want to listen to, unlike Mr. Tez. Witchblade has got a question regarding Red Dead as well. He says, what's the quickest way to obtain gold bars? I'm assuming you can't rob banks in Red Dead, right? So
Not yet, but daily challenges, even though they've been nerfed down, it's still one of the better ways. Eventually becoming, bounty hunting, just like Rufus said.
They can't hear me, G. You gotta say this for me.
We could barely hear you as well.
Bounty hunting, story missions, and
Oh, yeah.
The bounty hunting, story missions, and daily challenges. It's the only way.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rufus. So Rufus said Land of Opportunity missions, as well Stranger Danger free roam missions, the free roam events, and if you're lucky, loot bodies, loot NPCs, like I do. I love looting. Sometimes you get fence items to sell. Sometimes you get collectibles from Abnazar, and every now and then you get a treasure map. And treasure maps can get you gold.
You were there for my first play of Red Dead,
I was.
GB, and I think it was your suggestion that I loot as many dead bodies while you guys were killing people. I believe you told me to go run over and loot them, and that was quite lucrative for me, actually. I'm not going to lie. You
That's
get
what I
more
tell
money from the
everybody to do.
NPCs in Red Dead than you do in GTA Online.
Yeah, you see
kill
those
an
X
NPC
marks
and
on the
get
ground.
$2. Yeah, that's
You,
it. Just
you loot them.
steal. What we're saying here is the best way to accumulate cash is to thieve your way around.
Chaps.
Yep.
We got another question we have from Unknown Gamer.
Go ahead.
Who's looking forward to the next GTA Online summer update? Relic, if you want to start us off with this one? Feel free to.
I sure am. Like I said, it's probably not gonna be anything substantial, but we haven't gotten an update in what 6 months. Whatever it is, just give it to us. We need more content.
I'm with that. I can't agree with that anymore. It's like literally, we are desperate for something. At this stage, we'll take anything that's not a t-shirt. Thank you very much, Rockstar.
I haven't properly streamed GTA Online mainly because of that. The lack of content has really just made me not interested in the game at the moment. I only really hop on in certain scenarios if friends are streaming it, or if I can be bothered to do a quick few set of preps and then just leave the heist to fade away in my arcade, or what's happening here?
Yeah, that's
Something's happened to the cast.
I don't really,
I've always been one.
Hop on the show. Well, not hop on the show. Hop on the game that much, as a result.
Yeah, I feel that.
lack
But
of
I have
content.
always been one who has always said if you were running out of content with GTA, then your imagination probably isn't what you think it is. I mean, I have, for the last 2 years, have streamed races every fucking weekend continuously, and I've never been bored of that. I mean, yes, I'm sure grinding can be boring, unless you've, of course, got $1 billion like one of us here. But I mean, there's always, it's essentially an entire world, isn't it? It's a whole world with things to do. If you can't entertain yourself in that, chances are you're not going to be able to entertain yourself in real life. So there are things to do. There's always, again, I mentioned this like I have done in previous podcasts. There is one very underrated section of the Rockstar community that gets overlooked quite a lot, and that's the content creators community in terms of Rockstar Social, race creators, people who take amazing Snapmatic chats and stuff like that, pictures and stuff like that. There is a huge community of content creators in terms of races and missions and jobs and things like that. That needs to be exploited. People need to get on to Rockstar Social Club if you don't use it enough. Bookmark some jobs that were made by a complete no.
Make an objection there, just saying I was part of the, back in the day, TV and Kane can relate to that because I take pictures back in the day in GTA. I made a ton of them. When it comes to the Snapmatic community, it's like the boot leaking of that community is absolutely is actually really fucking hilarious. Like all the times they are just trying so bad on Twitter, getting that Rockstar retweet, that Rockstar like, and it's like they're it's better than finding the holy grail for them. It's quite funny, and even then that they are like now searching for other tools, like for example mobile tools, for example, I don't expect too much for them using Photoshop or Illustrator or something like that, but yeah, it's quite funny that the Snapmatic community right there. If you don't find a female character showing, you know what I mean, or any sort of thing, that's how it is on the social club, because the most voted ones are just super explicit pictures of female characters.
Maybe I'll take back what I said then. Maybe I won't mention the Snapmatic community, but I will mention that the people who create jobs. I heard a couple of murmurs of agreement. I think there are some amazing jobs out there. GB, you follow that sort of.
Well, yeah, I agree entirely. Just like Red is, friends with Rubio, and he makes some fantastic races that you do during your weekend GTA streams. And it's kind of disappointing that Rockstar promotes new races when you have creators within the community that are way better at making this content, whether it's racing, survivals, death matches, etc. They should go back and bring back when they used to actually promote people's creations.
Yeah,
they used to
verified tick and things
like
that. Yeah,
they need to bring that back, and they bring it back for like 5 seconds and then they forget about it again. And unfortunately, a lot of times whenever they do something that's verified, it's like very based, very vanilla compared to some of the other creations out there. And that is also disappointing. But there's a lot of fantastic creators within the community, and I really wish we would get the Rockstar creator added to Red Dead Online as well as the Rockstar editor. That would be awesome.
Yes. Those are two pivotal tools to enjoy yourself in GTA Online to use, and you don't have them in Red Dead, and that besmirches me. It really does. I think you guys definitely as Red Dead players, as grinders, as people who really enjoy the game. You deserve a lot more than what. You know, we're all pissing and complaining about what we don't get from Rockstar in terms of GTA, but the Red Dead community literally gets fuck all, and you guys are still out there grinding every single day and playing it. So big respect to you guys for that.
We get tumbleweed. That's what we get.
Yeah, I mean,
and cholera.
Yeah, cholera and tumbleweed.
Every 1890s disease and a tumbleweed is what you get, basically. You know, dysentery and cholera. Relic, do you play races? Do you play like community races, things like that, jobs and stuff?
Not really. Not the best driver. If you've ever seen one of my streams, I crash a lot. Mainly because I try to read the chat. At least that's what I blame it on.
Yeah, I'm the same. Literally, he's got me all figured out. I crash all the time, and I'm terrible at driving, but it's chat.
Well, actually, it's the fact that you crash a lot into gas stations, yeah.
No, that's not even a thing we're going to mention, right? That's not a thing, okay? That does...
Oh.
It does... Rellikain's driving skills does remind me, though, of course, of Snake Friesia here, who literally is the worst driver on the face of the earth. Honest to God, you can walk faster than that man can drive in GTA.
That reminds me, I still have to make that race that visits all the gas stations for you, mate.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not... For those of you in the chat and those of you here in the call who don't know what Snake's talking about, I crashed into a gas station once during a race. I happen to have said just before that I am a supreme driver. And that was followed by a big boom boom and being dead. But now gas station day is apparently a thing now. You know, everybody used to wait for the Jew to crash into a gas station, which is ironic, the two words being used together there. But, you know, damn boy that.
Gas station days.
We've told you before, every time you say, look at your superior driving, we all go silent.
That is true. Everybody goes silent waiting for the pivotal moment where I die, you know.
Where you crash into the gas station.
Yes, all right, Mr. Slowly. That's enough from you, thank you. You talk far too much.
Oh, God.
Is there any other...
Too silent, now I talk too much.
Oh, okay. There is a... Yes, there is a couple more questions in the chat, if we don't mind fielding these, gentlemen. Witchblade59 has asked, do you think owning a house in Red Dead Online make it more playable or likable? Or do you think they need to add a little bit more than that? Again, this is for you, GB, because I think most of us...
I think that it's a nice flex that a lot of us are going to have. Like, hey, I got a mansion, or hey, I got a shack in Butcher's Creek. Yeehaw. I hope that they add way more purpose and reason behind the properties. But I do think Witchblade that Red Dead Online needs way more than just properties.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask a question about that. So there are no properties right now, as
except for the camp, which technically isn't ours.
Can you not own your own stables or some shit?
Yes, you can own your own, like, you know, horse
the
stable
spaces.
spots.
Yeah, the spaces.
It's just spaces.
Little
It's like
slots.
a garage in GTA, you know.
Yeah.
Not even that, because you had the garage, you own it.
You guys have literally got nothing on Red Dead, have you? That's fucking ridiculous. GB's sitting here with his multi-million, and he can't buy bugger all. That's ridiculous, man. What are you going to do, buy some new shoes? Oh, that's insane, man.
Buy every single article of clothing.
I must say, though, it's kind of clever, because when they do bring things out that you're able to purchase, you'll have a considerable amount of money, because you've spent the last 6 years grinding for it. So you can buy everything all in one go.
Yeah.
Kane, what were you saying, Kane?
Here's the thing with, like, the ownable properties. Regarding those, I hope they have a, like GB mentioned, I hope they have, like, a purpose, you know? I don't know. Like, here's the thing. It has to work similar to, like, the properties in GTA Online. You know, with the arcade, you got the casino heist. You know,
there needs to be a reason to own that property, not just to have it as a mindless flex.
With the hangar, you got the hangar business. You know, with the bunker, you got the bunker business. You know, it needs a purpose. You know, it needs a reason to, you want to cough up all that money to get this property because there's a side activity to it. That's probably one of the reasons why I coughed up all that money on the Moonshine Shack, because, you know, it had a purpose, it had a business, it had missions, and it had its own little storyline as well. You know, it had the Moonshiner storyline, and it had, it had the bootlegger missions, and then it had the sales as well. I mean, granted, you know, the sales, they're not the best thing in the world. You only make like $300 from them, I think. But $300 in Red Dead Online, that's like a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like, if it was in GT Online, I mean, that's like an 13 T-shirt. That's
Pretty
nothing.
much.
Well, that's the disappointing part at the launch of GT Online, despite its issues, like Solwax playing nonstop. At least we had properties at the beginning. At least we could own at least one garage. And,
Yeah,
we already had a variety of content to do, even though it took a while for us to get the heist update. It took less than 2 years from the launch of GT Online till we got the heist update, yet Red Dead Online is over 2 years old now.
exactly. It
Mhm.
still hasn't got its big major, update. Like now, granted, yes, Frontier's Pursuits can kind of be classed as that.
Mhm.
But that's just one update. It only added in roles. And the other roles that have released since then, like, Moonshiner and Naturalist, have been, I guess, subpar in terms of gameplay, in my personal opinion. Naturalist, I personally didn't. I mean, I personally enjoyed it more than the Moonshiner update, personally, when it came to content and how it sort of revived the community briefly. But, the whole role, in my opinion, I didn't enjoy it compared to the Moonshiner.
You mean you don't like getting sprayed in the face by Harriet?
Of course, man. Physical harassment, I don't like getting sprayed and then getting thrown into Shrek's swamp. What's Shrek gonna think about it? Shrek's gonna run up on me and he's gonna say, "Donkey, I've got ogre heads." That's what he's
Well,
gonna run up at me and saying. And I don't want to hear about his
Donkey.
ogre heads.
when it comes to the moonshine business, I always had that issue that it was like kind of shadowed by GTA because you can
yes.
moonshine was like launched in the same week, in
It was,
and
wasn't it?
first it was this really small update that it just add moonshine that, as Kane described it, is not too much, but it's something. To later on get basically overshadowed by one of the best updates GTA Online has received until this time. So it was quite unfairly shadowed by GTA, but
Oh god.
well, at least you can rent your moonshine shack because it's not yours. So
Yeah, it's not.
I still remember that week entirely. The casino heist launched on that Thursday, right? It was like, I think it was Thursday, the 12th of December 2019.
Need the
That
ball through, I
launched
shall
and
be
it was
back.
like, it released.
All right,
All right, take care, man. But like I remember it launched. Everyone was, there were some people I was like, oh, I hate the casino heist. It's too difficult.
I
Proceeds to
was
do
one of
big
them.
con with no Duggan shipments done. Fucking penguins. Ugh. But anyway, I personally love the launch day of the casino heist, and then the next day you go to the Moonshiner update. Now, it was all right if you're a Red Dead guy, but the problem is like, you know, to come off such a juggernaut of an update like the casino heist, and then just go to look at these bottles. There's bottles of shine.
That are very
You know, like,
fragile and break easy.
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, come on, Rockstar. You should have released Moonshiners first, in my opinion. That's what they should have done, because it was doomed to fail, in my honest opinion, to release on at the same time and the same
Well,
week as the GTA update, in my opinion.
I'm still of the opinion after all these years that Moonshiners was meant to probably come out in November, but they had to keep delaying it because it had issues. And that's why ultimately they were up against the clock. The holiday season was coming in. Their employees were going to go on break, so they had to get Moonshiners and the casino update out at the same time. I think that was not their original intention, but here it is.
Yeah.
But going back to the main reason is like Red Dead Online really, really needs like that sense of property. Like you said, GB, like at least of the first day on GTA, you can achieve that goal of owning something, that be that supercar, or that house. On Red Dead Online is like, again, it's renting simulator because your rent space is on a fucking stable. You pretty much your camp is also like a rent because always you get the fucking pay of the maintenance, and the Moonshine Shack is not even yours. Like we were have like these big plans and then these big talks about at least we can, have like a rest on the fucking moonshine shack.
Yeah,
There is
we
not
don't
a
even have our own
fucking
room.
bed here. Yeah,
I think
that
it
bed
boils
is
down to you wanting to have something to show for your hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have a fancy horse, but it doesn't really matter. But having a house or having a boat or something that shows not so much as a status symbol, but something more of a look what I earned. Look at the effort I went to gain something relevant.
exactly
And I
like
think,
right now we have
you know-
only the horses. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, man. I'm just saying, like in general, it's nice to have something to show for your hard.
Yeah.
It's in real life. We like that. We like have something to show for our hard work, whether it's a nice pair of sneakers for sneaking, or whether it's a newfangled hair dye or something. Promotion there. But yeah, it's nice to have something to show for it. Do you know what I mean? It's common that we.
Well,
all
that's the
want
thing
to
about
prove.
GTA Online is like not only did you have eventually the high life apartment to aspire to, you had everything else at the bottom. You had the 2-car garage, then you could get a 6-car garage, then you could get like an apartment, and then eventually work your way up. And just like with what Red and everyone else is talking about, like we don't even have our own room in the Moonshine Shack.
Yeah, that's disappointing, depressing, and very sad. Essentially, everyone who plays Red Dead Online is a homeless bastard. That's what we're saying here, isn't it?
We have
None
Crips
of you
to keep
got
us
houses.
company.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
the
Bank
bold bastard.
bribe of Tennessee.
Tell us about the bank job in
Honestly, it's
Tennessee.
ridiculous. There is something in the.
Poor
I'd
old
like to
Tennessee.
field something that I've noticed in the chat for everybody individually, because we all have or do still currently play GTA Online, and we have been talking a lot about Red Dead. So I would like to point out that somebody, Hawaii's Mercenary, name, has said that he wants a Navy update in GTA Online. I've heard far too often by every clickbaiter known to man that we're going to get a Navy DLC or
well-
anything. I would like to say, for everybody here, if you could have any sort of update on GTA Online, personally, what would you choose, starting with UGB?
Well, I wouldn't say this regarding the Navy update. I think that there was some credible leaked information that came out years ago regarding the Navy update. I think it was scrapped. I think it was repurposed for the Cayo Perico heist. I think the submarine was probably intended to be for the hypothetical Navy update, and maybe like that the Kurtz boat that blows up really, really easily. That's real slow as hell.
Yeah, Snake knows all about that. Yeah, they're really slow boat.
But I think the main thing a lot of us want from GTA Online is somewhere new, like Liberty City or Vice City or like San Fierro or Las Venturas. New properties, new locations.
Yes. I think that's what we all want. We want something refreshing. I agree with that completely. Does anybody else want to offer what their dream
My thing, you guys
DLC
are gonna have
would
to relay this for me, but I want horses. I want real horse races. I want to be able to have players race on the horse track behind the casino and have people bet on it.
Yes.
I-
Okay,
Not a
so
bad
Rufus,
idea.
for those of you who couldn't hear that, Rufus has said that he would very much like to have real horses. I mean, it is possible for Rockstar to put animals in there. We've seen that with the peyotes. They
Or you
work
put the
relatively
audio
well when
in.
you're not walking around as a seagull with a sticky bomb,
But,
but
like,
they do work,
somebody
kind of.
riding around on a white horse, like cops
Yes.
say that in the files.
Yep.
Yeah, so Rufus
true.
would like to have real horses that we could race around the track on, and it would be a nice, interesting gambling thing as well for those who didn't make it to the. We could open a gambling thing where we put money on certain players who we think may win the potential race or whatever, which means nothing to Snake because he doesn't gamble, but to the rest of us, we all enjoy gambling. Some more than others. I have squandered about $10 million in GTA just on the casino, but we'll not get bogged down with that. I have, honestly, I'm so broke now because I've got a gambling problem. It's serious, guys, okay? For those of you who are in Middle Eastern countries where gambling is outlawed, think you're lucky. Honestly, think yourselves very lucky because it's
Hold on a
great
bit,
place to spend
Mike.
money. Yes, Mr. Slow.
Don't forget, I did play with UG on his live stream in a casino. We played cards. We did the roulette. We went to the slot machines.
I can't believe this.
I
Eugene, have you got that on
participated.
footage?
Yeah, it is on live stream, whereas
Oh
Red and I
my.
were actually, betting 5,000 worth of chips. Snake was like donating as little as possible.
Oh, yeah, I'll put one chip down on the bread one and that's it.
That was
Yes.
it.
He's more of a Jew than I am, honestly. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh God.
That is how I keep my money, Mike.
Gabriel Chasse, I don't know if I've said your name right. I do apologize if I've butchered it. I don't know how to speak. He said, should we have a GTA Online of the world? I mean, in terms of having an entire globe, that would be quite difficult. But more cities, yes, because if you go back to GTA 1, we had San Andreas, Liberty City, and Vice City all in one area. Granted, it was top down and a bit rubbish at times, but the possibilities are there. With the technology we have now, it would be very simple to incorporate 3 separate islands in
Could
mind.
I?
Don't forget, we also have London as well from the
Mullet, sorry,
top down.
That's true.
I say it every single podcast. I don't want anything else. If they just keep the game how it is, I'm okay with it. Unless, like, this is only if they change one thing with the online servers, and that's that stupid ass
P2P.
peer-to-peer
fucking
shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm with him.
I think
So
we're all in
completely-
agreement there. Mullet is right. Rockstar,
Agreement
scrap
on
the
that one.
P2P servers, honestly. Stop trying to save money when you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Stop trying to save money. Put something back into the community. Whether it's, like GB said, a verified tick for those who've created amazing races, or whether it's just no more P2P servers. I've been in a car with Snake Friesia, right? The slowest man in history, and it looks like he's driving fast and hitting everything around. Now, that's probably just because he is, or it's probably because of the P2P servers. Either way, it's not a fun experience to have P2P servers. You can't rely on somebody else's bloody internet connection to run your shit.
Yep.
That's
Some
not
Like,
of
is
us
he-
living in
why,
third
though.
world countries here for crying
It's
out loud.
it's unsafe too. Like
That
It's
is
unsafe,
the reason
yeah.
why. That
Yeah,
is
it's
the reason
really
why. I don't care about like the lagging around. What I care about is my IP being able to be easily taken off of GTA. Why
There
do
you
I
go.
have to fear for
Yep.
my fucking security online while playing a online game?
It's a security issue as well as a fucking general nuisance. I agree with that. I didn't ask Relic this, but I think this is an important question for him. What would you like to see, Mr. Rellikain? What would your ideal update in an ideal world be on GTA?
Well, going back to the Navy update, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something like that because if we go back to the original heist from 2015, most of you will remember this. There's actually a model for an aircraft carrier in the game. I'm
Yes,
pretty
there
sure
is.
Rockstar is gonna reuse that for a future update. Like I'm like 95% sure that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that
Yeah,
Yeah,
has
they're
been
already using
exploited.
it for business battles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they use
aircraft
it
carrier
for
has been in the game
business
even before they introduced the business battles. People were
Mhm.
able to
Mhm.
exploit it through the creator, which is
I-
again going back to how fabulous the content creators are in terms of
Mike,
they're able to
Mike.
get that.
I remember prior to the business battle event being added in 2020, I remember as far back as 2017, there was a glitch to get the aircraft carrier to appear in free roam. And I used
Oh,
to do
wow.
that a lot just to hang out with friends, you know.
Do you know, I
It
mean,
was
glitching
fun.
is fun. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it as long as it isn't, exploitative.
Bouncy bridge.
In terms of making,
The
yeah,
bouncy
exactly, the
bridge.
bouncy bridge. Oh my god, I had hours of fun with that, and same with GTA. I enjoy glitches on GTA as long as it's not money farming glitches. I'm totally, wall
And it's
breaches,
not harming
random
anybody
shit.
else.
It's fun, like the angry swing from GTA 4. We all love that. If we could get another version of that in GTA 5, that'd be amazing. But I mean, like there's glitches that are fun, and then there's exploitative glitches which I don't agree with. But we can all agree that
I
finding
remember there
something
was
broken in the game is hilarious
there was
and
another
much
glitch
fun.
as well, actually. I just remembered. This is me just remembering this now. There was a modded job I used to play back in the day with a friend, and it was one of the modded jobs where, obviously weird shit can happen. And what would happen is when you would die on either one or the other team, it would spawn in like freight cars and the train that, obviously can never be stopped. And, you see all those clickbait videos from, Mr. Nort, Mr. Lispy Jimmy, all those knobheads, you see them clickbaiting the train. That train, you could actually spawn as a prop upon dying in the job, because I think it was a capture. And when you went back to free roam, that train would be in the exact area as you died and respawned,
Wow.
or that freight car. And I still remember it. It was like, again, I think it was as far back as 2017. I still remember that job. I used to do that a lot with friends, and we would do that just to mess with some other people who didn't know about the glitch. We would just say, "Yo, why is there a train over here? Or why is there a freight car over here?" It
Again,
was funny,
that's the kind of things that I think are fun. You know, the game glitches that aren't breaking it and ruining it for everybody else. Anyone who's tuned into any of my racing streams, I do try and find the weirdest and most craziest modded jobs that you can find. Ones where you can drive the train, ones where you can drive the inanimate caravan that Trevor lives in story mode. You can drive that down a ramp, and it's got the worst steering in the world and literally no power, but it's damn fun. And I think things like that are marvelous in terms of just a bit of extra entertainment in something that you may be finding a little stale from time to time, but it's something we all enjoy. I think we could probably shift over now to the Rockstar retrospective. I have a very important question for everybody here, so I'd like everybody to answer it as best they can. But my question is, what is your guys' earliest Rockstar memory? So if we want to go in order, starting with GB.
My earliest is the original top-down GTA. And my friends and I used to hang out like Friday, Saturday nights back in high school, taking turns wreaking havoc, passing the controller, the original PlayStation controller, around in the top-down GTA, caused as much destruction until we got killed by the cops or just died by getting ran over. Loads of fun. Really got me into GTA from the very beginning. And I turned out okay after decades of playing GTA games.
Exactly. It's this video game violence is nonsense, isn't it? Because I mean, if I hate when people say, "Oh, GTA and all that promotes violence and it promotes drugs and sex and stuff like that." If that's so, then when I'm playing FIFA, why am I not a professional? It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. If you're soft enough in the head to take what's happening in a video game and translate that to real life, well. But earliest Rockstar memory for you, Mr. Slowly?
GTA 1.
Again, another GTA 1. Wow. We got some old heads in here, haven't we?
It was fun now to play for a while.
It's, yeah, I agree completely. Mullet, what about your earliest Rockstar memory?
So I would, when I was like a wee little lad, I would go over to my friend's house around the block, and then I would play GTA San Andreas with him because I wasn't able to play the rated M games over at my parents' house, so I would go over there.
So I mean, yeah, that's your earliest memory. That's a good memory to start off with. You know, I mean, like me, Snake, GB, we all had to suffer the top-down nonsense, and you know, I said this to Rufus so many times, but there was that one guy in red sweater and said, "Give me your wallet," and he'd run at you, and then half your money had been gone. That was the earliest bugger in history of GTA. There's one guy who just used to steal your money. I could talk for hours about it, but I'm not going to. Kane, your earliest Rockstar memory. I think I know this personally, but I think most people in the chat may not.
I think most people might know this story because I've briefly talked about it, and I think I've talked about it a few times on stream. But I remember it it was on the PlayStation 2, and I think my dad might have left, I think he left GTA 3 in the disc tray at the time when I was going to go on the PS2. Now, what I was going to play was actually Burnout 3, because, that shit bussin', that shit bussin'.
Burnout, the Burnout games were good fun.
And I thought Burnout was in there. Evidently, I found out that it was not, and I ended up playing GTA 3 for a bit.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
It was pure coincidence, but you know what, Lady Luck, you're one beautiful bastard.
I know, that's just incredible. That's incredible.
That was crazy. And then I went down the rabbit hole from there. I ended up playing Vice City, which is how my music influence has pretty much been evolved.
That's it. You get sucked in. You get sucked in, man.
Salute to you. Great game. San Andreas, I didn't play that much, but I know, I think I had a lot of fun when I would play it. I think I played Bully as well. But the game I remember playing a lot of, well, actually 2 games I remember playing a lot back in the day, was GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption on the PS3. GTA 4 I didn't play that much, but I fucking loved the game's story. Most people know I think it's probably the best story in the Rockstar, GTA series so far, in my personal opinion. I love Nico, I love Roman, I love all the cast of characters that are in the game. You know, theme as well, like the Soviet connection. That is just one hell of a great theme, in my personal opinion. It's not as good as like episode. I think it's Liberty City Stories theme. You know, the one where it goes dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
Liberty
dun,
City
dun, dun, dun.
Stories.
That one.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one. I mean, if if I'm not gonna put my GTA 4 bias here, I gotta say that's the best theme personally. But you
Yeah.
know, they're
Alright.
both good themes. But
Mhm.
GTA 4, I played that a lot, and Red Dead Redemption 1, that
Yeah.
that like for not being a GTA game, I loved it just for its aesthetics and all that. And I think John Marston was like the first like character I grew to really like, you know, like in terms of
Yeah.
character development. But yeah, that's my first memory was GTA 3 on the PS2. Sorry if I got bogged
No,
down
it's
the
good,
rabbit
man.
hole, but
It's
you
good.
know that
It's good to
that stuff
elaborate.
happened in like a very short amount of time because you know I was like a wee lad and you know I played the PS2 for a bit, and then we got the PS3, and then you know
Just
pretty
evolved from
much
that.
yeah, pretty much
Uh,
happened there.
Relic, what was your earliest GTA or Rockstar memory, should I say?
So I have a brother who's 10 years older than me. He would always like play on his Nintendo 64 when I was a kid. I remember being like 4 when he let me play Star Fox 64, which is probably the first video game I ever played. When I was about 7, GTA 3 came out, right? And he obviously got it right when it released. So I remember sitting there watching him play that. You know, growing up with these Nintendo games where everything's like goofy, you know, you jump on mushrooms, I don't know. Suddenly, I see my brother playing this game, beating up people, drinking Coca-Cola from vending machines,
Oh,
stealing money, and I just fell in love with it.
oh my god.
A couple years later, I think 3 years later, GTA San Andreas came out. I was a little bit older then. Loved the game. Played it almost every day after school. When I was about 15, GTA 4 came out. Okay, and just like before me, I fell in love with that game. The story mode, in my opinion, is much better than GTA 5. So like, it's not even a comparison.
Yeah.
I've talked to
Absolutely.
Kane about this before. I think Rockstar, as far as GTA goes, peaked between like 2004 and 2008, like between San Andreas and GTA 4.
Yeah, they really hit their stride there. Yeah, definitely. San Andreas always will and always has been a groundbreaking game, and it's still the greatest selling game on PlayStation 2 of all time, which just goes to show you, really, doesn't it? I mean, Rockstar have a way of breaking boundaries, and that's why we're all here talking about them right now. Brother UG, earliest Rockstar memory. I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to go on anyway.
I haven't even opened my mouth yet.
I know. Go ahead.
And plus, apologies to everyone if I've been quiet. I've been having technical issues this entire time, but hopefully people can hear me. My earliest Rockstar memory would probably be like I played GTA 1 like the rest of us here, but I think my earliest and fondest memory would be playing GTA Vice City for the first time.
That's my jam.
I knew that would put a smile on Mike's face. But like back then, I was really like a fighting game enthusiast. That's all I ever played. And I remember I had a couple of friends of mine, well, former friends of mine now. They were talking about this. Oh, you got to play this game, GTA Vice City. And I had heard of GTA, and I was like, I don't know. And they were just like, try it anyway. So we used to have this old video place where you used to go and just rent games for like the weekend. So I decided, what the hell, I'll rent GTA Vice City. Played it, and I thought it was one of the greatest games I ever played.
That's fucking beautiful, man. As soon as you mentioned Vice City, that was it. My interest was well and truly piqued. I'm going to explain my earliest memory in a second, but Red, your earliest Rockstar memory, brother.
You better not fucking
Me, oh, sorry. It comes to me. I remember being like 7 years old and seeing like these I think one of my family members, like second grade, not I don't remember him very well, but he was playing Vice City, and I got completely I got completely like sucked in the graphics and all that. Like I'm talking like basically 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, this is amazing. And after that, I kind of like get. And in that time, I didn't have a console and anything. I wasn't like no, I was a kid, and my family didn't have the resources to get me a luxury item like that. So I just got like interested in it, and after that, I just the San Andreas cheat codes. There are like 4 fucking pages of all of them if you have PC and all that. That was
Yes.
kind of cool.
Yes, we had. I mean, I don't know about you, but I had all of written down on a piece of A4 paper and stuffed inside the case, so that
Mm-hmm.
every time I went to take the disc out, I was able to just sort of go through the cheats and just play around with ridiculous stuff, really. But yeah, I think my earliest memory is the same as GB and Snakes. It would be GTA 1. It would be the legendary top-down pioneering, race and chase as it was meant to be called.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story of GTA 1 in general is quite a good one, actually. I mean, it was basically developed on sort of a glitch in an original game format that they were doing race and chase, and something happened with the police, and they decided that maybe we should just implement this whole idea of cops and robbers, but into a criminal format in the entire world or whatever. And I thought that was a fucking marvelous thing. If you don't know, the original guy who came up with the idea for GTA was actually the developer of Lemmings, the guy who made Lemmings, which is very interesting because you see this little game of Lemmings and you're trying to save their lives, and then you get GTA where it's paid to murder, essentially, as well. It's very swings and roundabouts. But that was my earliest gaming memory. But I think the pivotal moment for me was Vice City. I love GTA 3, but the thing that defined my life and defined my music taste and my fashion sense now, as you could see from my incredibly ridiculous shorts that I'm wearing, was Vice City, obviously. The 80s. I grew up on 80s music because of Vice City. That was the greatest soundtrack in the game, and I still believe is the greatest soundtrack Rockstar have ever put out. And just the lights, the neon, the cars, everything about it was a beautiful game. And the radio stations, let's not forget, one of the best members of staff Rockstar ever had was the great Laszlo Jones, who was responsible for all of the radio in GTA. He wrote all the skits, he chose the music, everything. Laszlo is a huge guy.
Yeah, from GTA 5 to all the way back to GTA 3, he was the one behind the scenes. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah,
that man is a goat.
People who started playing GTA 5 now believe that Laszlo's just a character that you end up tattooing a dick onto his chest.
My Rockstar memories for me, since I can't.
Yeah, go ahead, Rufus. I'm gonna relay Rufus's rock.
So, like, 6th grade, I got told about Grand Theft Auto on PC. Played it on PC. Fucking loved it. But my shit, where I like, my obsession grew was Grand Theft Auto 2 and Thrasher Skate and Destroy. And then where my shit really came to, like, just complete fucking obsession, Grand Theft Auto Online. Grand Theft Auto 5. For real. I'm done.
Dude,
That's all I got.
yeah, I feel that, brother. I already heard that anyway, man. We've spoken about this for hours on end about our... But yeah, I think everyone could actually hear you there. So that's not... There's a slight echo, but apart from that, it is audible as long as it's quiet. It's audible enough. But yeah, I think, it's marvelous how, like, regardless of the negativity that sometimes we may put across about Rockstar, it's a game that has brought us all together as content creators and as friends. We probably wouldn't be, I mean, some of us maybe, but in real life terms, chances are the majority of us would never have the opportunity to cross paths. We would never have the opportunity to be friends and to talk to each other. But Rockstar has brought us together and brought together an amazing eclectic group of people through the
Indeed.
guise of a video game. I think it's
I mean,
amazing.
Rockstar isn't like the only one to like bang for that. You have YouTube too. YouTube
Yes,
is
of course,
a big
yeah. But I
part
mean,
of it.
That's true.
we all
It's like-
we all do Rockstar games on YouTube.
The
Yeah.
best
That's
way to
one of our
describe
main focuses.
Rockstar and the Rockstar games and YouTube is like the way I describe it is like they both live in like a symbiotic relationship, you know, where they both basically are together. It's like a bond, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, you get people that want to play the Rockstar games, you know, they're playing it, and let's say they get stuck on a certain mission or they get stuck on like how to get this certain item in the game, right? So they go on YouTube to look at the guides, and then they go down the rabbit hole, seeing amazing content creators showing off, you know, guides or
Yep.
just playing the game in general. And most people know, you know, it's YouTube is like phenomenal in that kind of thing. Even if it's not just, you know, with GTA, if it's even for other games or if it's like stuff you're interested in.
Yep.
I mean, I think I've told the story numerous times before. But you know, I met GB because I was randomly looking for stuff on, you know, GTA, you know, and I ended up finding his channel somewhere. I can't remember when, but I found it, and you know, I went from being a subscriber to
similar
being a
with me,
friend,
man.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like back then, if you told me I'd be on like a podcast or as a regular on his live streams, you know, or just chilling out in like calls off stream with him, like if anyone
Mm.
told me like that would be a reality back then, I'd laugh at you.
Mm.
And since then, I've met so many awesome people in the community. I've met Red, I've met UG, you know, I met, you know, Snake, and then after looking in other communities, I met Relic, I met, you know, the Gaming Jew, I met Mullet Guy, you know, I met Rufus. I've met so many phenomenal people in this community, and it's just crazy, you know, and it just shows that, like Rockstar, they like their games are fucking amazing, you know, all of them. Like,
Rockstar has been responsible for our
Mm-hmm.
relationships and, as for most of us, been responsible for raising us as children. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys, but for me, I was raised by Rockstar Games. My parents
well, same
weren't
here, man.
around, but I was living with relatives. There I throw me onto a computer game console and give me whatever game I want. You know, it built from there. It's an amazing, it's a beautiful relationship to have with, you know, I mean, essentially what most people would regard as just a video game company, but that we regard as a part of our lives, an integral part of our lives, without a doubt. I do have a little bit of trivia here that I wanted to mention that I don't know if anybody's going to know about this or not, but we've all played San Andreas, and we all know that there's a dirty cop in the beginning of that by the name of Officer Tenpenny. Yes? He has an officer with him called Officer Ed Pulaski. Do we know who that is? He was voiced by, I think it's one of the Penn brothers. I can't remember what his name was. Not Sean Penn, the other Penn. Anyone? Chris Penn?
I have no idea. All I
Okay.
remember
The
is,
lesser known
like,
Penn.
Yeah, the
I
lesser
know
known
is
Penn,
he's
the big
like-
fat guy.
Mhm.
yeah, all I know is he's like, you know, he's just some random background character whenever
Right.
Tenpenny's
Yes.
being
I
like,
mean, yes, he
I'm
is.
so tired of CJ in this motherfucking street, you know?
But
Like,
you
that's
know,
all-
the
that's all
idea
I
for
know.
Officer Pulaski came from. He's actually
Where?
mentioned in Vice City. Now, if you get busted in Vice City and you have, if you don't skip it, there'll be a cutscene where Tommy appears outside the police station, and there's a call from Ken Rosenberg where he says, Tommy Vercetti is innocent, or whatever. There's several of those sound bites that play, and one of them in particular actually mentions Officer Ed Pulaski. So if you ever play Vice City, do get arrested many, many times, and you'll eventually hear it. But basically, it's Ken Rosenberg saying, Officer Pulaski would let Tommy out. We know we can pay him to let him out. He's innocent. And so, yeah, they've mentioned a San Andreas character making San Andreas. And I think this, I've said this before, the interconnectivity between all of the games and the universe of Rockstar is absolutely amazing. I mean, some people would say it's lazy and they're just reusing shit they've used before, but I think it's a nice little nod to those of us who are diehard Rockstar fans. You know, I think it's a marvelous little piece of
I
trivia.
mean, if we're going by that logic, Mike, I mean, you know, in San Andreas, you know, Claude's in it, you know.
Yeah.
Claude is in it, yes, and Catalina,
true.
who's also in GTA
Mhm.
3.
Yeah.
So
Do you know something? Actually, I wanted to put this because I didn't put this across. I mean, I have put this across in previous Rockcast, but I wanted to put this to specifically GB and Rellikain. I had a theory we've all played GTA 3, right? And how it starts is it goes
Mhm.
top down and it sweeps down to the bank heist, yeah?
Yeah.
My theory behind that is that was Rockstar's way of saying goodbye to the top-down era and hello to the 3D first-person era. That was a subtle, because it starts from above. It's the only game that has a cutscene that begins in the sky and sweeps down to street level for the heist. That was my interpretation of it, is that they're saying goodbye to the 2D era and hello to the... It's a nice little thing that I like to think is, maybe it was a mistake, but I like to think that that was an intentional thing for them to do.
I like that too.
It's a nice thought to have, isn't it? And one thing I think we're never going to get, but we could all wish for, is a actual proper remaster of previous games. I know Rockstar don't do remasters; they don't touch things. It's annoying that they have that sentiment, that idea that they don't want to remaster things. But damn it, if they could just remaster one 3D game, GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, I don't care which one it is, do it, please.
The Warriors.
Warriors is okay, but GTA, you know, I want a remastered GTA. I really do.
I guess we kind of are getting somewhat of a remaster because of the 20th anniversary thing for GTA 3.
Yes, they are going to put something in there for us. GB, I know you've...
Yeah, Claude outfit.
Is that what we're getting? I mean, you could pick Claude as your grandfather.
Yeah.
Or no, is it your father or your grandfather? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But,
well, the thing about Rockstar is they're one of the largest development studios in the world, and I find it difficult to believe that the only things they're working on right now is content for GTA Online, Reddit Online, and the milked edition of GTA 5 coming out this fall. There's got to be something else that they're working on as well.
Yeah, there has to be.
And I would love if they had a studio dedicated to remasters of GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. And while they're at it, they could, like with 3 and Vice City, also add Liberty City Stories to 3 and add Vice City Stories to Vice City. That would be really, really cool because like so many people have missed out on playing the 3D versions of those games. And the truth is, there is a nostalgia issue that a lot of us have. We fondly remember playing those games, but then you go back and you play them again, and you just think about things that they've improved upon over the years and how much more clunky those games are. And there are things that need to be improved, but there's also things that I absolutely love about 3. And much like you, my 3 of the favorites, mine is also Vice City because it's so beautiful. And we finally have a protagonist that talks with Tommy Vercetti. And we also had the ability to own businesses for the first time. And we had the katana to chop heads off and they would magically disappear. So yeah, Vice City is definitely my favorite. Plus helicopters, you know, the very first time we could fly around into the game. Well, Dodo, you could kind of like get off the ground for like 5 seconds.
yeah. Unless you were using some sort of flying cars cheat,
Yeah.
which you could fly all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's also the first... Vice City, in my opinion, was the first game where they had huge actors to voice the cast. You know what I mean? Like, you had Ray Liotta, who voiced Tommy Vercetti. Then you had, like, Tom Sizemore did Sonny Forelli. Then you had Bill Fichtner, who did Ken Rosenberg. You had Burt Reynolds, for crying out loud, doing Avery Carrington. And just we had real music and yeah, Vice City, honestly, that game, I mean, I don't want to talk about GTA 6 because I'm not a clickbaiter, but I will say this. If GTA 6 isn't in Vice City, they have missed the boat on that one. They are really going to miss out if they don't put it in Vice City, honestly. That's the only one that hasn't had a HD remaster, the only state.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the Roman numerals, VI. I mean, it's a given. VI.
Right. Yes, thank you. GTA VI.
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's even if you don't get Ray Liotta back for Tommy Vercetti, because I know Ray Liotta obviously thought he was worth more than he actually was, but you know, he was supposed to be in San Andreas. He was written into the script, but then taken out at the last minute when they couldn't pay for it.
Well, the time has passed since that, and hopefully we
he
can.
Still has the voice, you know.
I mean, as well, don't forget as well. I mean, in Red Dead 2, we had a big name actor play one of the characters. I think I can't remember his name, but I know it was one of the Native Americans he voiced.
Rainsfall.
Yeah, it was Rainsfall. I can't remember the voice actor's name, but I know it was a big time actor because I remember you were talking about him a few times on some of your streams, GB. I know it was a big name actor, but I just can't remember his name.
Well, why don't you Google it? You can Google it, and I'm going to answer this question.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of. He was in Dances with Wolves. He also played Malachi and let's see, Longmire For anyone that was a Longmire fan.
If you
Might be
guys want to
familiar with him.
Google that,
Green
that'd
by
be
any
interesting.
chance?
Yes,
What?
that's him. Yep. Correct, UG.
Ah, that's
Who is it? What's his
Green.
name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'd like to get this question from Belfast Gamer out. He said, "Did Rockstar copy Vice City from the TV show Miami Vice?" Yes, that's another thing I love about Vice City is it is every awesome pop culture reference thrown into one. So
Yeah.
obviously GTA 3 we had the music of Scarface, but Vice City was Scarface. You know, Diaz's mansion, which later becomes Bassetti Estate, was the mansion from Scarface.
Yeah, it's inspiration. Yeah.
Apartment 3C had the scene from Scarface where the bathtub was covered in blood and there was a chainsaw in there. That's but yeah, the story, the main characters, Tommy and Lance, are supposed to be Crockett and Tubbs, essentially, from Miami Vice. So
I
yeah,
have something to add about Vice City.
Go ahead, Mark.
It's actually towards Minecraft. So there's the default skin on Minecraft is Steve, right? If you look really close to his clothes, they look like the clothes that were the guy that, like the main character in Vice City, wore.
Well,
Yeah, Tommy
here's the
Vercetti.
thing.
Yeah, you mean the sort of blue shirt and the sort
Yeah,
of
the beach shirt.
Yeah, and the
Beach
jeans.
shirt,
Because if
you
On that scene is what I keep doing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, if you look closely, you can see kind of the design of the shirt.
Yeah, I see that.
He's got the same color shirt on, same color pants on, same color shoes on. But
I would like to point. Sorry, go on.
The reason why is because Notch, the creator of Minecraft, wanted to make a game similar to GTA Vice City, but the coding failed, and then he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make Minecraft, I guess, and then he put the skin that he was going to use.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. That's something I didn't know. That's awesome that Notch was a GTA fan. That's absolutely amazing. I love that. I will point out as well, seeing as Vice City is my favorite game, that we're all sort of missing out here. That Rellikain's picture actually looks like Lance's outfit in Vice City. That looks like the crisp white suit, the tie. You know, I mean, I know Lance had a purple shirt underneath it, but let's not get bogged down about the color purple now. But I mean, I think that's really cool that Relic is sort of. I don't know whether you meant to do that or not intentionally, Relic, but that looks like the Lance's character from GTA Vice City, which is amazing.
No, it has another meaning. I don't know if you want to hear about it.
No, please do elaborate. Yes.
So I used to be part of another community that was, I want to say, about 10 years ago. Longer than that, actually. The SVR community. Talk about toxic, okay? If you compare that to the GTA community, no comparison, okay? Like, the GTA community is just a bunch of little kids compared to that.
Wow.
SVR community, most toxic community ever. However, I met some really, really nice people there. Fox, who's been a friend of mine for 12 years now, like me and her, we talk almost every day. And there was this other guy, I'm not gonna say his real name, his PSN Gamertag was president. And his character back in this old community, he always had this white suit. Okay. Kind of like my character now. He was also someone almost like a brother to me, okay? Like, we talked every day for years. I want to say in like 2016, he just went off and never came back. So about half a decade ago, I kind of make this outfit right here just as a, little tribute to him. I hope he's doing okay.
That's actually quite a beautiful thing, actually. That's actually, that's really nice.
Cool.
I think we've all been in that position where when we were younger gamers on the previous generation, or maybe even before, we had friends that we would be online with all the time, and one day they just stopped appearing online, and it's like, oh wow, like you make a kinship with these people, and then they're gone. And I mean, that's also another good reason why this, what we do on YouTube and what we do here on the Rock is it's something for our children's children to look back on and be like, our dads had a fucking amazing group of friends. Look at this, they're all these. It's our legacy, essentially, is what we do on YouTube, whether we stream games or we do reactions. It's our legacy, and that's a wonderful thing to keep hold of.
Guys, I think we should start wrapping up.
Yes.
Rufus is looking a little tired there.
Yes, I think we probably should. So I would like to move straight to the plugs.
That's garbage.
I like to.
It's not on you. I need to get going here soon.
I need to move to the plugs.
I'm already late for work.
For the
but
guests.
Fuck it.
So, obviously, our two guests today, our two honourable guests. I just want to say thank you to GB and Rellikain for taking time out of your schedules to come and do this with us. I really do appreciate it. Please do, gentlemen. Now, for those in the chat who aren't already familiar with you, I don't know why. You're stupid if you're not familiar with GB and Rellikain. But for those of you who are stupid and aren't familiar, GB, if you'd like to go first and just let people know what it is you do and what your channel's about and what your your ethos.
Yeah, real quick. I do a lot of Red Dead Online content at the moment. I started off doing GTA Online content. I still cover and stream both games on occasion. I've also played other games on the channel over the years, from the Mafia franchise, Ghost of Tsushima. Most recently, I'm playing through God of War. So for all that content, my thoughts, videos, ideas, and rant videos and more, feel free and check out my channel.
Yes, his link has just been posted now. Thank you, brother Yuji.
Thank you, Yuji.
And his link is also in the description. So if you do want to check him out, I really do recommend it. GB is one of the nicest men you'll ever speak to. And he's just a genuinely good content creator. So please do check him out. Relic, brother, if you wouldn't mind telling us a bit about yourself and your channel, apart from rubbing it in our faces that you've got a lot. Is there anything else?
Okay, so this is the part where you're supposed to stand up and tell the class a little bit about yourself, right?
Essentially, yeah. Essentially.
Yeah, we all loved that when we were in school.
Yeah, we're not going to throw things at you.
So I'm probably most known as the guy who makes rank up guides on GTA Online. I've been doing that for about half a decade now. I started off like everyone else. I just enjoyed the game when it came out. I was always someone who, instead of, blowing other people up in free mode, I would just play contact missions all day. So when the original heist update came out, I was like level 800 or something, when everyone was like level 200. And people kept asking me, hey, how do you level up so fast? And I made a video about it in, I want to say, the end of 2015 or early 2016, something like that. And that video went viral, kinda. It's got almost 2 million views, and I had like no subject then. That kickstarted my channel back at the time, and yeah, it just stuck. Whenever people wanted to know how to level up fast in the game, they kind of searched me up, I guess.
That's an amazing thing to do, man. That's a great thing that you've put on the community, a great stamp that you've put on there. Your link is in the chat, so please, guys, if you haven't already, do check out our esteemed guests, GB and Rellikain. Their links are in the chat. Subscribe to them. They're more worthy of your subs than anyone else, without a doubt. So please do. And I guess, gentlemen, any final thoughts that you guys want to leave us with, whether it's star related or not?
When is the bit where we shout out random people? I was just.
Oh my God, we missed YouTuber Spotlight, didn't we? Oh, I'm so shit at this.
Fuck. Let's just.
Fix your mic. Oh, ruined it.
Mike, you know the old phrase, "Fuck it, we're doing it live." All right, so.
All right, go ahead. If there's anyone you want to shout out, please do.
The first, I guess I'll kick it off so it gives people time to think of a channel they want to shout out on the show. But a channel I'm gonna shout out, it's like technically 2 channels if you think about it, because the guy has 2 channels. But you know what? 2 birds, 1 stone, as that old phrase goes. It's a very good friend of mine. It's someone I met by complete chance, pretty much like all you chaps here. But this one's an exception, mainly because it wasn't GTA content that I found him through. I found him through mainly because a random video of his just popped in my recommended. And I just saw how well he edited the videos. it was phenomenal. I told him I loved the work he did. A few days later, I did a Halloween stream, and I was playing Slender the Arrival. Someone then got onto the topic about, I don't know, I think it was like Slendy Tubbies or something. It's like the fan made game where it's literally just Slender Man, but as a Teletubby, like something weird like that. And then it reminded me of like creepy shit from that show, and then I was like, yeah, this is the guy. I saw a guy that made a video on the creepy shit from that show, and I was like, yeah, let's shout him out. It's my friend Monobrow, man. He's a great dude. He's getting back in the groove when it comes to his second channel of doing streams. He actually did a stream, I think it was yesterday. I think he was doing Minecraft, and his main channel, he mainly does like videos where he just dissects like British childhood shows and all that. And I like the videos mainly because of the nostalgia aspect, in my opinion. And then his second channel, he does just games like GTA and Minecraft. Minecraft, it's not that bad, but on GTA, I'm sorry, Monobrow, man. I mean, to be fair, you probably agree with me. It's pretty much a train wreck for both of us. Mainly, it's a train wreck because I'm there. It's like everything goes wrong when I'm here. But yeah, if you haven't already, I posted both of his channel links, like his main channel, obviously Monobrow Man, so you can check out his videos. His recent video he did, which was on Big Chungus, how Big Chungus became the sus imposter. I loved it, mainly because he referenced the Nigel Farage memes. I was like, yes, he did it! The madman did it! And he also referenced one of my worst videos I've ever made. Well, I mean, some people would say it's a good video, but I think it's fucking dumb. It was my video I made about was Bugs Bunny a simp in Space Jam, and let's just be honest, Bugs Bunny was big simping for Lola Bunny in Space Jam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to check out Monobrow Man and his second channel, obviously, do feel free. He's going to get back to streaming soon, and yeah, it's going to be fan-dabby-dozy, as they say.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah, my dude. Any of our other cast have any?
You know what? I got somebody.
Yes, go ahead, brother UG.
Now this person, and hopefully he's still in the chat, and this guy knows I give him an awful time. He knows who he is, but I feel like I'm going to give our mutual friend DNF a shout out this week.
Oh, that's good. That's a nice thing to do.
Simple reason is like he's super supportive of every single one of us, and unfortunately, sadly, I hope he doesn't mind me bringing this up, but sadly last week he lost his mom. And coming from someone who had already lost a parent, I know how awful it is. I know how much it sucks. And I've already told him that if he needs to talk to someone, most of us can agree we're there for him. I know he has his own channel, and I know he streams sometimes. I don't know whether he's still streaming or not. I'm not entirely too sure. But out of respect for DNF, that's my shout out this week.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I do. I support that one completely as well.
Yeah, same here.
DNF is a very supportive member of our community. Very supportive. Mm-hmm. He's always in there. He's always, talking about us in other people's streams, which is quite an amazing thing, So I big shout out to him, definitely. GB, do you have anyone in mind?
I think that was a good one that came, and UG both promoted their channels, especially with DNF. As someone who lost my mom when I was very, very young, my thoughts definitely go out to you, DNF.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Mullet, do you have anyone?
No.
Brother Red?
Perfect.
Not really.
Okay.
Relic and I were talking about this before the show started. I think Relic has a channel he wants to shout out.
Yes, please do, Relic. Yes. Who do you want to shout out?
Floor's yours, sir.
It's actually not a GTA or Red Dead player. It's not a video game player at all, actually. I don't know if that's
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. It's not Rockstar related. It's just anyone you want to shout.
Okay, so in that case, I'd like to give a shout out to Dr. KenDBerry. His YouTube would be KenDBerryMD. So he makes videos about health and nutrition. He actually wrote a book titled Lies My Doctor Told Me. So little story about him. The man used to be morbidly obese, okay? I want to say about 280 plus pounds. And as a doctor, he just felt like he was betraying his patients. Like, how could he tell them how to live a healthy life when he was, not healthy at all? He basically devoted the past 1 year of his life just finding out the truth about medicine, what really works, He advocates, what's the word I'm looking for? Just healthy nutrition. You can heal your body that way. You don't have to take meds that ruin your immune system. So if you're somewhat sick, if you feel like you could be healthier, just check him out. He's got a ton of videos on different topics. May it be weight loss, skin health, if you have psoriasis or something like that, you can check him out. He's got a bunch of videos on that. That would be my shout out for the week.
Yeah, I put his link in the chat. That's something that's piqued my interest. I don't usually do that sort of thing. It does sound very interesting.
Okay, that's nice.
So I'm definitely going to check him out, without a doubt. Snake Friesia, do you have anyone?
Yes, Mike, I do have one.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
This is not a Rockstar related one.
That's okay.
But this is a channel that is totally dedicated to old computers and pre-computer machines.
Okay.
It's called the 8-Bit Show and Tell. And it has a variation of videos. Standard 8-bit computers, the software, hidden messages, hidden Easter eggs, but also, and that's the part why I said he isn't only in computers but also in old machines. He shows and restores mechanical devices that were used for games, sort of.
I've put his link in the chat. I put his 8-Bit Show and Tell's link is in the chat there.
Oh, I was going to.
Don't worry about it. I'm very efficient today, Mr. Slowly. PhD. My shout out, I'd like to. This is stupid, but my shout out is literally everybody in this Rockast right now. I mean, if you want superior Red Dead content, please do go to GB. I've been watching his Ghost of Tsushima streams as well, and it's a game I would never be interested, but having seen him play it, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Mike.
It looks beautiful, man. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Something I'd definitely be interested in playing myself now, having seen you play, and I saw Mr. Slowly play. Piqued my interest. It's a very beautiful game. Mullet again. In terms of GTA content, he even plays Minecraft, and I even lurking every now and then, and it kills me to watch it. But damn it, the man's a character. So if you don't go to his shit, there's something wrong with you. Snake Friesia is, as I've always referenced him, even though he doesn't like it, he's a god amongst men. This man puts so much effort and commitment into everything he does. He's very slow, but he's never boring. Never boring. He's incredibly slow, but he's never boring. And also, brother UG what more can I say? UG is one of the nicest men you'll find out there, and also, brother Red. If you want to watch someone who literally knows what he's talking about when it comes to cars and racing games in general, Red is the man to go to. And he also plays The Division as well.
And he's playing Doom now.
Yeah, exactly. Doom. Who the hell's come on? Who isn't interested in Doom, dude? That's like one of the fucking OG original amazing shit your pants games, in my opinion. Anyway, it was a shit your pants game. Rellikain, as I've seen quite a few of his GTA streams, and he's a very, very competent person when it comes to talking to his chat. He does a better job of keeping his chat involved than I do, and that's all I've got going for me on my channel. Yeah, and Kane, obviously. Kane, in terms of GTA, Mafia is Mafia content. He's the only man who can play that game. And he's again a character. And brother Rufus, of course, why we're all here in the first place. Rufus deserves your love and support, because the man, although he has broken his microphone, put all this together. He's been the silent producer, and he fucking amazing. So I just want to say thank you to every one of you guys for being here today. I really do appreciate it. And a special thank you to our guests, Rellikain and GB. You guys are legendary, so thank you. If there's nothing else anyone else wants to say, I do believe that this is probably going to be the end now. I'm waiting for producer Rufus there to get ready with the old button to switch the outro on in just a minute. Well, buddy. So, go on, Kane. You want to say something quickly? Got a fucking jump in, hasn't he?
My last words for today's episode of the Rockast is that Raid Shadow Legends, can you please sponsor us? We need.
Oh,
Jesus!
I will make an amazing. I'm just gonna say this right now. I will make an amazing ad for you guys. If you guys sponsor us, I will make an amazing ad for you guys.
Yes.
And we'll run it every single episode.
I will make the best ad ever.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I'd rather make an ad for a VPN.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right, NordVPN. There you go.
And let's be honest, if you play GTA 5, it's probably isn't it? Yeah.
To be
I'm
fair,
sorry,
they
but
got-
when it comes
got mental
to
for us to do that.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to being sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, I'd rather shit in my hands and clap.
Amen to that.
Hey
Amen.
man,
Yeah.
they pay good. I've heard. So
Hmm.
And
just
on that,
saying.
on that
The views and
amazing
opinions of
bombshell-
UGL do not necessarily reflect those of everybody else that's on the Rockast.
It's
And on
my
that
opinion, and that's all that matters.
on that
It's been an
epic bombshell-
interesting 4 hours.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Relic. We have killed your time out here, and GB.
It's all good.
It's okay.
Had a great time.
But yeah, on that epic bombshell, I do believe it is time to end. I just want to take this opportunity to thank our esteemed guests, GeauxBurns and Rellikain. Thank you, gentlemen. And I want to say a big thank you to the usual cast, Mr. Slowly Snake Friesia, that Mullet Guy, it's Kane, UG Outlaw, and Red the 8-Bit Dinosaur. And of course, our epic producer, Rufus The Red. So big love to him, guys. Thank you. I have been the gaming Jew, filling in for his epic beard. But until next time, I do appreciate you all. Stay safe out there, and yeah, goodbye.